Good morning and welcome. My name is Sussex Sandra and welcome to my channel. For those of you who've never visited my channel today, I am a lady of a certain age group, in my late 40s, approaching 50 very quickly, and I have extremely oily skin, which is something that's not really associated with people in my age group. They seem to think, and most of the cosmetic brands, makeup brands, seem to think the older you get, the drier your skin gets. That hasn't happened to me yet, and I've discovered via YouTube there's quite a few people like myself. The older we get, the oilier our skin gets. So what I do on my channel is just go about just trying to find products that are suitable for my oily skin. That's a little bit of background about me. Today, what I'm going to be doing is looking at some new products that I purchased recently. I'll be doing a first impression of most of the products, and one of the products I'll be doing an all-day wear test. When I say all-day wear test, that usually means that I'm going to be testing out a foundation. And the foundation that I'm going to be testing out today is the one that was launched last week by Huda Beauty. It is called, let me take it out of the box, it is called, you know what, I really don't know what it's called. Is it called Pro Filter? No, that's Fenty, isn't it? Faux Filter. Yeah, the names are a little bit too close for comfort there. So yes, it's called the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. It is 35 milliliters, so it's slightly more than the standard amount of foundation you get from most companies, which is 30 mils, 1 fluid ounce. So it's 35 mils, and I bought it from Cult Beauty and it cost £32. So Cult Beauty is an online company. I think they ship worldwide, but they're a really good company for us UK customers, how we can get a lot of products. The foundation comes in 30 shades, so I will show you here. So you can see that it is sort of like the fair light at the top, going towards the medium, the dark, and the bottom row is the deep dark shade. I am wearing shade, if I can remember, I am wearing shade Cocoa, which is 510R. So there you go, hope you can see that. So that's 510R, and that's the shade I'm wearing today. I haven't tried it out as yet, so I am hoping that this is the right shade for me. So how I chose my shade, because finding a shade is very difficult online. So I was just suddenly aware of how dark it's getting. I don't know, why is it that every time I am doing a new foundation video, the weather is always so dark? So I'm hoping I don't have to re-film this video again. I'm going to plow on and just hope for the best. So I'm hoping the lighting is okay and we can get a true reflection of how we get on today. But I may have to bring in the ring light later on, which I really hate using, but we'll see how we get along. So Huda, just to help people along, she did produce a foundation guide, and I will put the link down below of the site I went to get that. So how I chose my shade is by using her guide, and her guide was split into fair, light, medium, tan, rich. Yeah, so rich, and within the rich there was 6 shades, and she described the shades as, the shade I'm wearing, 510R, as, let's have a quick look, as she compared it with Fenty. So I can't believe she actually compared it with Fenty after the bit of shade she threw on Fenty and Rihanna on the Instagram, but she did use Fenty as a comparison. So she used Fenty Pro Filter 450 Warm, which is one of the shades I do have of the Fenty. I've also got Fenty 430, and they're the 2 shades I kind of switch between. And she compares my shade with Kat Von D Lock It Deep 78 Neutral, which is great. So that's one site where she does that, and then she also does the undertone guide, so you can see it there. She also shows pictures of people in the different shades. What would have been helpful is if the pictures of the faces of people, she actually put the shades underneath each of the faces. That would have helped somewhat. So I was guessing that I was nearest to these 2 shades here. So from the bottom line here, I assumed I was sort of that one and that one, the second and the third one in, but don't know, but I kind of guessed that's what the shades I was along there. So I'm going to be trying that out today, and hopefully I was right in the selection of shade. oh God, this lighting, I am not happy about this lighting at all. I am going to put the ring light on, so excuse me 1 minute. I've put the ring light on, so I'm hoping that is a bit of an improvement. It's about as good as I'm going to get today, I'm afraid. The weather outside, it's a typical grey, drizzly, grizzly, miserable British day. So it's raining and it's fairly dark in the morning, but what can we do? So we'll plough on and we'll just go through this, okay? I have bought some new lighting, but I do need to practice using it, and then I'll probably start using that more often, because as winter comes along, I'm just going to be working in darkness nearly all the time. Alright, so that's the first product I'm going to be testing out today. So the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. The other new products I purchased was by the person I mentioned a minute ago, by Rihanna, Fenty Beauty, and she released some new products, her Galaxy collection last week. So I bought 3 products. If I take those out of their boxes and I can show you. So this is the eyeliner, so it looks like that. It's such an attractive packaging, but we're not buying it for the packaging, we're buying it for what the product is. Oh, this is not the eyeliner, it's the lipstick. So this is the lipstick, look at that. Okay, and it's got the FB engraved on there as well. And this colour is, so this colour of the lipstick is called Sci-Fi. So I'll be wearing that. Next is this one. So this is either the eyeliner or the lip gloss. I'm getting it totally wrong. So this is the lip gloss. And this colour is Astro Naughty. And the final one by Fenty Beauty, which I purchased, was, this is the eyeliner. Now I was absolutely intrigued by this colour because it's like a green black, so I'll put that on my hand so you can see it. And it's very fine, can you see that? It's like a dark emerald green black, so I was quite intrigued by that colour, so I purchased that. So those are the new products. Oh, one more new product, and it's one that I should have included in my summer haul, but I couldn't find it, and it's a concealer by Urban Decay, and it's a naked skin concealer, and I got this in colour deep neutral. So those are the new products I'll be trying out today. Alright, so let's do this. So first things first, I've already cleansed and moisturised my skin as per usual, and what I've been doing recently, again for those of you who haven't watched my channel before, as a moisturiser I've been using the Fenty Beauty Primer. So it's not great as a primer for me, it's okay, but because I have got oily skin, I need something a little bit extra. So I use this as a moisturiser because it's actually quite hydrating, and it's really worked for me as a moisturiser. And I know when I finish this, I will definitely be buying another bottle of that. And the primer I normally use is the Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer. This is the primer I normally use when I'm trying out a new foundation. So what I've been doing recently, because my skin has changed, it is starting to change a little bit. I'm not so oily on my forehead anymore, I'm a little bit dry. I'm actually what I'd consider normal skin on my forehead now, but I am still very oily in this area here, across my nose, upper cheeks, in this area here. So I'll be using the Evermatte Poreless Primer in these areas here. This is where I've got enlarged pores, and I do suffer from the oily skin. So that's that, so I put that on, and that's lovely. What I also normally do, and I won't be doing it today, is when I do put on foundations, I normally do my primers, and then I normally put on a layer of powder. That's one of the extra hacks I use to help combat and control my oil throughout the day. But I'm not going to be doing that today because the Huda Foundation makes a lot of claims, and I want to test out how good those claims are. So before I put the foundation on, I'm going to let the primer do its thing on my face, and I'm going to just tell you the information about the primer itself. So let's find it. Okay, so the description about the Huda Faux Filter Foundation. It basically says, not content with keeping our lips, lashes, lips and cheeks looking flawless, Huda Beauty has unveiled the secret to perfect skin. Hashtag Faux Filter Foundation. Offering a seamless, full coverage, matte finish, that's essential for me, that outlasts any others we've tried. This, frankly fabulous, formula will last through even the wildest of weather, workouts or emotional outbursts, though we hope it won't have to. Water resistant and practically budge proof, this opaque base is blessed with a beautiful pearlesque perfume and rich in skin nourishing argan oil to respect your complexion as it instantly perfects. Packed with skin unifying pigments to impart a gorgeous demi-matte but never flat effect. A little of this goes a long way, so start with the tiniest bead and build up to achieve an HD ready finish. The nemesis of blemishes, this effortlessly, I can never say that word, covers up a multitude of sins I think it means, from breakouts to scarring, dark spots and blackheads. It even disguises tattoos. Brilliant for bruises, it's ideal if you're braving bare legs. This guarantees a seamless finish that stays flawless all day long, especially when laid over Huda Beauty's Complexion Perfection Primer. I didn't buy the primer because didn't see the need to. And it says how to use. Apply and blend, blend, blend for a gorgeously seamless finish. We recommend using this with Huda Beauty's Complexion Perfection Primer. Okay, so it makes a lot of claims there. It claims that it is waterproof, it is budge proof. It says it's got a fragrance, so we'll see what that fragrance is like. It's got an oil in it, so that does concern me, but it does say that the finish is demi-matte finish, which I kind of like, because demi-matte means natural finish to me, so I'm looking forward to that. It says it covers all blemishes, scarring, and all the multiple sins that our skins can have. My skin hasn't got any blemishes at the moment, but I have got my usual hyperpigmentation. I haven't got any texture at the moment, which is all good. So yeah, it's really going to just have to battle with my oiliness and my hyperpigmentation. Let's crack on and see how this foundation does, shall we? So I'm going to use my Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush. I always spray my brushes with a setting spray, so the setting spray I'm using at the moment is the Skindinavia, the makeup finishing spray. So give this a quick spray. Bottle is shaken, I hope. Right, so it comes with a pump. The bottle is plastic, which I'm actually surprised with. I just assumed at this price, I thought it would be a glass bottle. Considering Fenty's bottle is glass, yeah, you know, we'll see. I'm sure there's a reason why she's decided to use plastic rather than glass, but that just seems to me as being a bit cheap. There you go. So I've just done a pump. She does say you don't need a lot, so let's do that. I'm going to have to stop, the postman's arrived. Okay, so now I'm going to zoom you in and apply the foundation. Let's get a bit closer. Yeah, I think that's close enough, don't you? So I've put one pump on my face, and they say a little bit first. Let's go. Guess what I forgot to do? Put my concealer on. It's one of my new products today. Let's do this, shall we? But then again, she says you don't need it, but I'll do a little bit on this side so we can see if there's any difference. So this is the Urban Decay concealer. Just put a little bit under my eyes. Yeah, the colour's not quite right, but we'll see. Oh wow, this concealer's definitely more pigmented than I thought it would be. Definitely didn't need as much as I just put on. Let's blend this out, shall we? Because I seem to be making a mess straight away. Right. The foundation has definitely got a very perfume smell, so be aware of that if you don't like perfume in your products. It's not an unpleasant smell, very florally, pretty, girly smell. but if you don't like perfumes, you're not going to like that. Okay, so the shade is actually blended out okay. Okay, let me just blend in the concealer under my eyes on that side. Okay, so one pump, excuse me, so one pump on my face using the brush. It hasn't dried down yet. It's very light in feel. It blends out very easily. The colour seems to be fine. I've actually chosen a good colour, so I'm very pleased with that. I was hoping that it would have dried down already by now. It seems to be taking its time to dry down. So again, I know I shouldn't really compare, but because they seem to have been in battle on Instagram, I am going to compare. Compared to the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation, this has taken a lot longer to dry down. Coverage wise, after one pump, it seems to be, I'd say, a medium coverage. Definitely not covering all my pigmentation on my face. I mean, you can clearly see that it's not covering all my pigmentation. And that was one pump on that side of the face. So I'm going to do the other side of my face. Hopefully it will dry down. And then we'll see how and I'll assess it again after I've got one pump on each half of my face. So just another pump again. You get quite a lot in one pump actually. So yeah, let's see. I don't know if it's my brush or how I've stored the foundation, but it seems really cool when I apply it. This smell, I think, is going to be very off-putting for some people. It is very, very fragranced. I'm pretty certain it's not the shampoo I use to clean my brush. I will smell my other brushes just to make sure to compare before I start accusing this foundation of being very fragrant. Let me compare my other brushes, see if they smell the same. Nope, it's the foundation. It's very fragrant. I wish I could, I wish this was smelly vision so you can smell it for yourself. It is very fragrant. I don't mind it, but it's very strong and I'm not used to such a strong smell in my foundations. Right, so I have put on one pump on each half of my face. So my face has got two pumps on altogether. And I would say this side seems to have applied better. I don't know why. Let's have a look. This side is definitely not, all my hyperpigmentation is definitely not covered. You can see all up here, it's still showing through. All along here, so I'm going to have to put another pump on. I think what I'll do, I will just do one pump on my brush and hopefully that will cover the rest of my face. So in total I think we're looking at 3 pumps. So that's one pump again. Okay, so that's it. That's 3 pumps on my face there. I would say that it's definitely drying down to a demi-matte finish. It's not oily. It's very comfortable to wear, so it's not tight. It's not heavy like some foundations like the Kat Von D Heavy Tattoo Foundation. I can't remember what it's called, but you know the Kat Von D Tattoo Foundation. It's definitely not heavy like that. It's giving me a medium to full coverage. I'm not going to put any more on. I think that's enough. So 3 pumps is on my face at the moment. I'm still not satisfied that it's covered all of my hyperpigmentation on my face, but bearing in mind I didn't have much concealer on, but I can still see blemishes here, along here. Don't know if you can see that as well. So along here I can still see that. Ignore the hairs growing out of my chin. I should have removed those before filming. Yeah, the coverage is fine. I haven't got any issues with it. It's just not as full as I thought it would be, especially considering the claim that she made. But it feels comfortable. I'm very happy with the colour. It's light, easy to blend out. So my first impression is, yeah, all good. The fragrance is pleasant, but I know that a lot of people may not be happy about it. It is a very, very heavy fragrance. Personally, I don't think it's necessary at all. But okay, it's drying down, and I think we can see now that it's drying down to a semi-matte finish. The colour is fairly good. I am going to zoom the camera back out so you can see for yourself how it's matching with my neck, because I haven't gone down my neck, so the colour seems to be okay with my neck. My hands, it's all matching okay. So yeah, I think that works okay. I'm happy with the finish. Really right now we just want to see how long it lasts. So let's do a time check. So there's a time check. So it's 10 to 10 in the morning. Okay, shall we do the rest of my makeup? I'm probably going to zoom through the rest of my makeup, and I'll be using the new products that I purchased. So the Fenty Beauty Galaxy products and other products as well. So I'll zoom through the rest of this and have a little bit of background music, and I'll come back to you when I finish the rest of my makeup. Okay, see you in a bit. I forgot to mention one of the other products that I am testing out today, which I can't believe I forgot to mention, is my Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. Okay, so the face is all done, and I have used all of my new products. So let's do a quick review of some of the products I've tried out today. So first of all was the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collab eyeshadow palette, and I must say I have used it a couple of times this week already. And I'm not joking, I absolutely love the colours. There are colours in here, all these top shade colours. I'm very comfortable with these top shade colours, all these warm shades and highlighter shades up here. The challenging shades for me are these ones down here, and these are what I used. So I used this shade as my transition shade. I used this one as a kind of crease to go in and add depth in the centre there, and I used this one just in the middle there, right in the middle of my lid, the mobile eye part of my eyelid. And I think those shades look great. I think this is a great palette. It's expensive for what it is. I'm unhappy about the quality of the packaging because this is already getting really dirty and I've only had it a week. But I love the shades. I mean, I can see this is going to become my go-to eyeshadow palette. The Fenty eyeliner, I can't remember what this colour is called. This colour is called Neptune, I think it's called. I've used that as my eyeliner, so you can see it's a dark emerald black colour. I'm not an expert in applying eyeliner. I can't do a wing to save my life, but I've used this. It's very fine, it's lovely, it's a great colour. Again, it's a practical colour, so you can wear it anytime. Again, this looks really, really good. These lip products, yeah, I'm loving them. I mean, obviously, the first release by Fenty Beauty was the Glass Bomb, which was a great universal colour for everybody. But now she's come out with these products here. I don't know if they're limited edition or not. I'm hoping she'll make these permanent. But I used this colour first, which is, was it called Sci-Fi? I think it's called Sci-Fi. So I used this first on my lips, and you saw the look there, and then I put this lip gloss on top, and I'm not joking, look how gorgeous these colours look. Not sticky, feels really good. I'm loving it, really loving it. So this is my finished look. What do you think? Let me know. I'll come back to you in about, say, 6-7 hours or so and let you know, give you my final thoughts on the foundation. But yeah, I'm loving it. I am. I'm kind of feeling it right now. Good evening, I am back. I have been wearing the new products today, particularly the Huda Faux Filter Foundation, for the last 7.5 hours. Let me show you the time. So the time now is, oh, I don't know if that's showing up, but it's about 25 to 6. So I've been wearing the foundation for a good 7.5 hours at least. Now, so I put it on, I think it was just coming up to 10 o'clock this morning when I finished applying the foundation. So the foundation I was testing was the new Huda Beauty, I should say, Faux Filter Foundation, and I was wearing it in the shade 510R. So I'm going to just review how this foundation has performed with me today. So just to remind you, I have got very oily skin, as you can probably see, and when I test out foundations, I like to see how well they perform. I like to see at what point does the oil break through. If it can last 4 hours before there is significant oil breakthrough, then that'll be a foundation I will consider. So considering I put the foundation on, I finished applying the foundation, it was about 9:45 this morning. The oil started to show, and to really significantly show. It was about 1:30 when I started to feel it on my skin. So this area along here, that's when it started to show, and on my forehead, of course. So when I do my foundation reviews, I score the foundation on 5 categories. So my system is called TOPS. So the T stands for transfer, the O stands for oil control, the first P stands for performance, so does the foundation melt, fade or separate on my skin. The second P stands for price, and the S stands for the shade selection available in the product range. So let's go through the first two things. I tend to do the transfer and the oil together, and how I test it is, one, by looking at it visibly, so we can see already that my face is quite shiny. We need to take into account that I am using a ring light, and the ring light does make the light bounce off the oils on my face. So it's not as bad as it actually looks, but there is oil on my face. So let's do that. So that's how it looks visibly. And the other thing I tend to use is blotting sheets. So I always have my little pack of blotting sheets here, and this is what I always say in all of my videos when I'm reviewing foundations. The worst foundations I have used, they tend to use about 5 sheets of these blotting sheets, and the good foundations, they tend to use 2 to 3 sheets of blotting sheets. But as I said, I will always produce oil. There is no foundation that has never not produced oils on my skin. And to be honest, if I didn't produce any oil, I think there'd be something wrong. So I don't think it would be healthy to actually block oil sebum production on my face. So shall we do this then? So let's have a look and see how my face has performed with the oil. So sheet number 1. Okay, so that's sheet number 1, and you can see there is oil on that side and there's a little bit of foundation on that side there. So that's sheet 1. Sheet 2. Okay, so there we go again, oil and foundation. I could probably do a little bit more on this sheet, can't I? Okay, yeah, so there you go. So that's sheet 2, oil and foundation. And I'm going to use a third sheet, just literally just to mop up my face, but I think I've got rid of most of the oil actually. Okay, so that is literally just a bit of foundation, hardly any oil on that at all. So we are looking at just over 2 sheets of paper, of blotting sheets on that. Okay, so before I continue, now that I've done that, I feel so much better. I'm going to put back on this lipstick. And I must say, considering that I've been wearing the lipstick and the gloss for, what, 7.5 hours? This is how it still looks. And I have eaten, I have drunk today, so that's not bad. And I haven't reapplied at all, so I'm just going to put a little bit more on. I love this. I absolutely love the colour. It's just gorgeous. And a little bit of this gloss. And they smell lovely as well. Alright, so okay, let's get back to this. So let's look at the transfer. So transfer 2.5 sheets, just over 2 sheets of paper. That is pretty good for me. So out of 10, I am going to say, let me think, because the one of the claims of the foundation, let me look on the website again. One of the claims of the foundation was that it is budge proof. I'm sure that's the words they used. Yeah, so they said the foundation is water resistant and practically budge proof. That's what they said on the website. Okay, so it's not budge proof, it does transfer, and as the oil, with me, as soon as the sebum oil starts to produce on my face, that's when you start getting the transfer of the foundation. The foundation starts to lift off my face, so it is literally due to the oil production on my face. So I think because of that, out of 10, I am going to give this foundation an 8 out of 10 because it does look good. It hasn't used that much papers, 2 and a bit sheets. So I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. For oil, there was oil production. The oil production was after 4 hours, so that's good. So it's already going to get over 5, but it wasn't too much. So I'm going to again give this an 8.5 out of 10. For performance, so I'm looking to see if the foundation has melted, faded or separated on my face. So let's have a look and see how it looks on my face, and I'll bring you in a bit closer so you can see as well. Sorry about this, a little bit close up on the face here. So let's have a look on the side. Right, so I had to put on 3 pumps of foundation all over my face to get a decent coverage. So let's look at the fading. So this is the contour, which is a little bit faded now, but that's the contour. It has faded around my eyes and around my nose. You can see my mole on my nose there. So there has been some fading there. Has faded on my forehead, but then that could be down to my headbands I'm wearing up here. So there has been some fading. Hasn't, oh, I can see the lipstick has gone up there as well, hasn't it? Oh, okay. There hasn't been any separation, which is really good. The fading has been light. It's not too bad on my face, but you can see just a little bit around there, just around the perimeter of my face, which is the usual areas where I start to experience fading. But there's been no separation and definitely no melting, which is a really good sign. That's to me, that's a sign of a good foundation again. So this is a high-end foundation. So I would say for performance, a little bit of fading, no separating, no melting. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 because it is just a little bit of fading, and that's not much. So I'm going to give performance a 9 out of 10. Let me bring you back out. It's a bit better, isn't it? Don't want to get too up and close and personal to me. Right, the price. So the price of the foundation was, it's actually quite expensive, wasn't it? Let's have a look. So in the UK, the foundation is being sold for £32. I bought it from the Cult Beauty website. I think it's also available at House of Fraser as well, but I will put down below in the description box the places where the foundation is available in the UK. So it's £32, but it is just over the 30ml, which is the 1 fluid ounce. So I'm not quite sure how much that is in fluid ounces. Does it say? It's 1.18 fluid ounce, so that is definitely more than you get in a standard bottle. So for price and the quality of the foundation, I am going to say this is a 9 out of 10 because I'd be more than happy to pay that money for this amount of foundation. It has performed well. and I like the overall look as well. It's a demi matte, it's not too drying as well, so I'd be quite happy to pay £32 for this foundation. So yeah, an easy 9 out of 10 for the price. For the shade selection, right, so 30 shades, show you that again. So it's 30 shades available in this range. Good range of shades for on the first launch of a product. I don't know if Huda is going to be producing more shades, because don't forget, Fenty produced 40 on the first launch. So 30 is good. I'm sure there's going to be more shades produced. I think with the shades, I'd say the one thing I wasn't happy with is, I mean, the shade I'm wearing is 510R. None of the shades, I'm just looking at them now, they're all either got an R or a G after the numbers. So the R for me stands for red toned, and I think they say red cool tone, and the G stands for the yellow tones. I am more of a neutral tone, and that was the issue I had with this. It was a little bit still too orangey for me. I mean, it's okay, it hasn't oxidized at all. I mean, the colours remained fairly true all day, so that's not bad. I would have preferred a more neutral olive toned, and I don't know if they have neutral tones in the lighter shades. Let me have a quick look and see. Okay, so I'm looking at the shade Milkshake, which is the lightest shade, and they've got a B. I don't know what the B stands for. And oh yes, the next shade, Angel, what's it called? Angel Food. They've got an N, so they can do neutral tones. So I would have appreciated a neutral tone in the deep shades as well. So that would be good if when she does produce the new shades, that there is a neutral shade. So for me, shade is good. I mean, 30 is not bad. I just would have liked to have seen a neutral tone for us deep skinned people, because that would have been a shade I would have definitely have gone for. But I mean, I can wear this one, it's not a problem, just I would have preferred a neutral tone. So for shades, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 as well. So I have no idea what that score is. I will give the overall score above. I know this is a very high scoring foundation in the reviews that I have done, but let me know what you think. Have you got this foundation as yet, and how have you found it? When I assess the foundations, I'm assessing it on my oily skin, and I'm assessing it for deep skin tones as well. But let me know what you think. I actually think it's a good foundation. Obviously it performs well. It's a decent enough shade selection. Apart from the things that I've mentioned, I think it's a good foundation. That's me done today. Overall, products I've tested, I've loved the Jaclyn Hill Morphe eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that because that's just been reviewed over and over and over again. I do love the shades in that. I mean, those shades have lasted all day on my eyes. Really good shades. Love the colours. Great. I love the Fenty Beauty Galaxy products, the eyeliner, the lip colours I bought. I love these. They last really, really well, by the way. Very long lasting, so this is good. And obviously the foundation I've been very happy with. So overall, I'm very happy with my purchases. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to give me a like. And if you haven't subscribed as yet, what are you waiting for? If you press the subscribe button down below and a little bell next to the subscribe button, that will notify you when I do my next upload. All right, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.